Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
All right, you guys, for just a few moments, I want to talk about Christian education and the field of Christian education, particularly about the vocation of teachers teaching in a Christian environment. Um, as you all know, we're here because we're on a missions trip, and a part of our missions trip is going into schools and Bible colleges where the students are able to learn in a Christian environment. Um, Over the years, this particular vein of learning has become more and more popular, as both from a student's perspective, the teacher's perspective, as well as an organizational perspective. Um, More people are beginning to embrace Christian-centered education as opposed to the traditional secular education or like public school systems, etc. Even on a college level, there are people who are now entering school in Christian environments. And so, for just a few minutes, I would like to just briefly talk about that. The first perspective I like to look at is the perspective of the student and how students and parents are now more inclined to embrace public teaching that is from a Christian perspective. Um, the Christian worldview now is seeking to embrace aspects of God through each of the works that it does. So, in other words, students are now more inclined to reveal their faith um, through the works that they do, because it is a part of the Christian worldview that basically says everything that we do ought to reflect the glory of God. So consequently, we are putting that now into our work, our academic work, as being an offering that glorifies God. And so nowadays, even the parents are preferring environments that allow their children to be able to express their faith, even if the subjects discussed are not necessarily spiritual. It is at least good to be able to be in an environment where the object of faith can be included within what is being taught. Parents consider that environment more healthy, and the students are beginning to embrace the Christian environment because it helps them to get a better holistic understanding of how their faith plays out, even through their academia. The second thing is it benefits teachers, and we see that teachers are kind of buying into the vocation and into the practice of the Christian education environment. In secular environments, teachers are often forced to not express or to hide their personal faith, whatever that faith may be. They are forced to subject that faith and put it on the back burner, i.e., you can have a Christian science teacher who believes in creation theory, but they have to teach evolution, and they cannot intermingle opinions from one to the other. But in a Christian environment, even though evolution may be studied to some degree, the teacher has a greater freedom to be able to express what his or her personal views are. And so there's a greater transparency that we see that comes with teachers who teach in a Christian environment. Finally, from an organizational perspective, we see that organizations now have an opportunity to tap into the education field by being able to do forms of Christian education, whether it be secondary education or whether it be colleges, etc. They are able now to sponsor schools, both profit and nonprofit, that are able to train and teach and raise up students on every level that exemplify some measure of Christian value. Even if the school does not require all of their students profess to be Christians, just as Liberty does not ask that we profess to be Christians, but we do embrace the Christian thought within our teaching. And so just as we are here to go to these Bible colleges and other places, we see now that it is not just the government who provides education, but now other organizations who have a specific mandate and desire to do what they do as Christians are able to provide educational systems. And we see that these educational systems are growing. They're becoming more popular. A lot of school, even secondary education now is being more privatized. Churches are building academies. They are sponsoring schools, and people are going to these schools because there are indeed some benefits. And we all can testify that over the last few days we've had a chance to actually go and sit with students who, even in a third world country, we see the benefit that they have from being able to learn from a Christian perspective. And though the purpose of this speech is not so much to persuade or to sell someone to go to a Christian school, it is at least highlighting the fact that Christian schools are more popular and that they are on the rise, and that those who are partaking of them do find them enjoyable for both the student, the parent, the educator, and the organization.